That's a weird way to
sounded
start
like a
off such a
fart.
depressing. That's a weird way to start off such a depressing after the pod.
Gotta have a little fun to all the everything we just read.
Yeah. So Indira Gandhi. Man, after doing the research on this and like reading up on some extra stuff, the entire situation is kind of crazy. Just the fact that it's like 4 generations of the Gandhi family or the Nehru family were involved in politics is nepo baby to the extreme, especially for a family that walked alongside Mohandas Gandhi. How do we get here?
The 2 opposing Gandhis.
They clearly were like, we're going to walk next to you, but I don't know if I believe all of your
We
ideals.
believe in independence. We don't believe in everything else you believe in.
Yeah. Did you also want to introduce the After the Pod?
Welcome to the after the pod of Indira Gandhi. Dog, this is crazy. This is where we talk about like the shit that went down. I guess. I don't know how to intro this shit.
Oh, we could just be like, welcome back to After the Pod for the assassination of Indira Gandhi. This is where we have like a conversation about what we just learned in the last episode. So if you haven't listened to Indira Gandhi and you don't know what we're talking about, go listen to the last episode about Indira Gandhi. Now let's talk about what we just learned.
Cool.
Great
I'm
intro.
gonna cut that and put that at the front.
That's not
Great
good.
intro.
I have so many things that I highlighted in this episode
Yeah.
because truly it was just like,
What?
yes, there was a lot of like, what? Firstly, the grand Nepo baby, but also then like she got her position as prime minister because Sastry suddenly died. Like that's not suspicious.
Yeah, like
Whenever I see the word suddenly, I'm just like, okay, so they were like murdered, right?
Right.
Somehow they were murdered.
yeah, because it was crazy. Because it's like, okay, cool. Her dad is in charge of the party, so you got into the party from that. One of the positions that she got, the honorary position of president of the party, was like almost entirely an honorary position, not like a here's an actual thing for you to do. It's like, sure, you're the president. And then one of the people in the party, Shastri, who was the legitimate successor to her father, died suddenly.
We've been doing enough assassination episodes to know that that's a suspicious statement.
2 years after starting the position.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't know about all the rest of the stuff, I might just be like, oh yeah, they suddenly died. But seeing all the rest of the stuff that Indira Gandhi did, it's a lot less believable that they just happened to suddenly die.
Right. Like I don't know if a heart attack got them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, saying somebody suddenly died raises a lot of questions.
Especially in the context of this like political dynasty family.
Yeah, especially with somebody who like silences political opponents and gets them arrested.
Was she the
Yeah.
first woman prime minister of India?
I believe so.
That's crazy. What a bad look for
What a
women.
record to
Oh my
put
God.
out there.
I thought it was interesting the setup of like the government of India because in the US we have like a president. So when I saw like an Indian president was a position but also prime minister, I was like, what? Because I was still thinking in the context of like the US political system, but Jay was really good in describing it more like the England, like, you know, there's the queen who's like a figurehead and then there's the prime minister who actually like does stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the president actually also does stuff, but not nearly as much as the prime minister.
Yeah.
At least that's from what I've been reading.
Especially not if she got her privileges taken away from her.
Yeah. I felt like Parliament was more in charge and the president is there to lead the nation as, like, the strong figurehead.
Kiss babies, all that.
Yeah. Sniff babies.
Sniff?
What?
Yeah. Isn't that what?
Oh, that's what Biden did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I just love the note. Shout out to motorcades.
Yeah, shout out motorcades for being kind of crazy. This is
the third motorcade assassin. Well,
so we
attempted.
have JFK, we have Franz Ferdinand, we have Indira Gandhi, we have Rafael Trujillo. He had
Oh, he was in a
He
car.
was in a motorcade.
I mean, hypothetically.
He was in a car.
He was in a car.
Close enough. Motorcades. Shout out motorcades.
Shout out motorcades. Truly the best way to change government. That's a nice way of putting it.
I disavow this.
I disavow motorcades.
Hey, listen, at least now we've learned, especially from through like the Pope Mobile, where they're like, it's a motorcade, but like it's bulletproof glass all the way around, but you can still see them.
I know. Imagine wanting to kill the Pope. Well, I know what. Some of the popes were Nazis, so I actually can't even say that. True facts.
You know Beauty and the Beast, where the rose is in the single container? That's what I imagine with the Pope Mobile.
It's kind of what it looks like.
More or less,
It's
yeah.
like you got an RC car with some dude on it with a giant glass like dome placed on top. Or what is that, a cloche?
Oh, is that what it's called? Cloche.
Because I think that's like,
It's not that far off.
that is crazy. It looks like he's sitting on a toilet.
Okay.
I assumed it was like a cloche, like when a butler or a servant walks out with like the silver dish and they pull the top off. I know that's a cloche.
Oh, fancy.
But that's
terms.
just what I can like imagine thinking of the Pope Mobile.
Pope. I do feel like motorcades are definitely a time in history that no longer exists. Like, when's the last time you saw a motorcade of the president or like a political figure?
Well, motorcades are still popular. They like, because technically a motorcade is just like, oh yeah, we have a bunch of people like driving down the road from point A to point B.
There's not like a presidential or like a political leader motorcade.
Without
No,
a
they're-
lot of protection.
Are there still motorcades?
Yeah,
Have we learned nothing from history?
motorcades are like popular. They're all over the place. It's like, oh yeah, the president is going to show up to this place, so we have the motorcade. But it's not.
Oh, it's not like an open car.
It's not open top motorcade.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
that's the
you.
difference.
Yes.
That's what was left behind in history.
Yeah.
Put the top on them, make them bulletproof.
Yeah, that's why Indira Gandhi didn't die during her motorcade. She had a closed top, so people were dropping like rocks and bottles and
Oh,
shoes.
just on the roof.
Also with shoes. I don't know
Yeah.
how much a shoe's gonna do.
Well-
Rocks maybe, but like a shoe.
I know in some countries, throwing your shoe at somebody is like the biggest sign of disrespect. It's like, I don't like you, I don't trust you, I don't respect you.
That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
George Bush.
Yeah, that's why the guy threw the shoe at George Bush. I think he was Pakistani too.
There you go.
I'm gonna double check that. I love that I threw the.
The furious typing.
Who were you? He was a he was a
Who
journalist.
were you? What did you Google? Just like somebody throws a shoe at George Bush?
Who was the guy who threw the shoe at George Bush? And I know his name. He lives in Baghdad, so he guess he was an Iraqi. My bad. He was not Pakistani. He was Iraqi. Also, I do want to say, not to bring up Hitler for a second time in the After the Pod,
That's crazy.
But
but I do think it's interesting that during years in prison, you have either two stints, right? You could do like a, who's the guy from South Africa?
Mandela.
You could either have a Mandela run in prison where you're like, I want the best for everybody, or you could have a Hitler run in prison where you're like, I'm going to make Mein Kampf. And pretty much she did the Hitler run where she's like, I'm going to make the Indira party, basically. And I like genocide a little bit.
Like,
a little bit.
a little bit.
Maybe a lot of it.
I mean, the whole forced sterilization thing,
That's wild.
cracking down on trade unions,
And the student
workers'
protesters,
rights, student protesters.
it's like if you had a playbook for how to be a dictator, like those are all things that dictators do. Because
Yeah.
like student protests, we've seen in the US also that they often silence student protesters, but it's like the time period where like people are most free to think and express themselves and they want to,
Silence it.
yeah. Because people have the time. They have the time, they're learning. They're in a space to learn. They're like, wait, this is fucked up. And then they protest and then they're like, hey, students, shut the hell up.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Then Kent State Massacre happens. So yeah, the sterilization also is interesting because Trevor and I were just talking about it. It is one of the technical conditions of a genocide. Like one of the, in broken down in what is considered a genocide, one of them is like prevents births within a group. And in forcing sterilization, you are preventing the births of a group of people. Was it like a specific group of people or just like everybody? Because she feels very anti-Sikh.
But not too anti-Sikh. She kept the two.
Well,
She-
these two are different.
It's okay. I have a Sikh friend. I'm not racist. I have a Sikh bodyguard.
Oh my god. It's not like you're just like racist. You literally just like massacred a bunch of their people.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
What?
It was implemented a mass compulsory sterilization program as a form of aggressive population control.
Oh, that's some eugenic shit.
Yeah. It was largely spearheaded by her son Sanjay, the one who died in the plane crash.
You know what? That's suspect now too.
It is considered one of the most significant human rights violations in modern Indian
Oh my
history.
god.
In
One
eth-
of? I'm more concerned about what the other ones are.
In the span of a year alone, an estimated 6.2 million men underwent vasectomies, many
Oh.
under duress.
It was men? No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because like when the US did this in Puerto Rico, it was women.
No,
It's
6.2 million men underwent vasectomies.
well that I guess that kind of makes more sense if you want to like halt births within a group because like these men can't produce children, so if these women get pregnant it has to be from a group of men who are not 6.1 million.
Oh, no, it gets better because that was in 1 year
Oh
alone.
my god.
By the end of the emergency, it may have reached up to 8 to 11 million.
Maybe the term better might not have been the best there. It gets better.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
They also
Worse.
used coercive tactics such as threatening job losses, withholding salaries, denying access to essential services like ration cards and health care, and even forced roundups by police.
Yo, I'm happy Sanjay never became president because
The program targeted poor, illiterate, and marginalized communities,
so
There he goes.
including specific minority groups such as Muslims in rural areas.
oh my god. Okay, so it is
Hey, listen, it's not. Listen, we're not just racist. We also hate the poor.
we're also eugenicists.
we also-
Okay? We also enjoy eugenics.
They authorized sterilizing unmarried or childless men, the elderly, and minors to meet strict government-imposed quotas.
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 Yo, a sorry, Trev, we gotta take you in. The vasectomy quota.
Vasectomy camps were established in public
Vasectomy
places.
camp.
Camps.
In public places such as schools and fields where operations were often performed rapidly
Just fields.
with little follow-up care, leading to thousands of infections and deaths from botched surgeries.
Oh my god.
Why fields?
It's especially heinous now that we know it's like Muslims because they were the ones who moved to Pakistan.
It was partially funded by the World Bank.
Banks, what I've learned in history is banks fund the worst things. That's wild. That's crazy. And that was Sanjay?
Sanjay.
Come on, Sanjay, what are you doing? Did he sterilize
Kinda
himself?
love it.
No, he's
No.
crashing into the plane somewhere. Or somebody crashed it for him.
I could see. I could see.
He suddenly died.
Suddenly,
Suddenly
that doesn't.
died.
Suddenly, that doesn't look so like that looks suspicious now. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. I'm aghast.
Yeah, I feel like I should have added that to the episode because that feels like a lot of context that was needed.
Well,
Yeah,
that just means I gotta watch both
They-
episodes.
See, that's just we dropped some
This is
more
why
knowledge.
you need the after the pod.
Exactly. You got to listen to both for the context. That's crazy. Oh my
Ridiculous.
god. I feel like you could do a whole episode just on that because like I plan on doing
Just
one.
on the sterilization, just
Yes.
on the partition, just on the
Yeah.
emergency.
Yeah, definitely we need to do more. I don't know much about the history of India, so it'd be great to like.
Yeah, I feel like I have to do an emergency episode and a partition episode now. Sneeze. Do it. Bless you.
It took me a second when you said an emergency episode. I was like, you don't need to rush this episode. Right, no, right.
An episode of the emergency.
Text the
Yes.
group chat emergency. Which one is
Emergency.
it? Is it the emergency event in history or is it a
An
pod
emergency.
emergency? Poor candle toes. I also have highlighted the land of the pure for
Yeah.
Khalistan. I don't think was necessarily like meant to be suspicious.
But it's just whenever
But
you
it
hear
is.
like, oh, the land of the pure, the great, the
It's
wholesome.
the land
Yeah.
of the pure where only Sikhs live. It's like
Yeah, like it feels like this could be something. It's like like the
it's cult shit.
yeah. It feels a little like
Being formed by some extremists, yeah, it do feel like cult stuff.
But like I can understand Bindranwale's perspective of like feeling let down by the government, but the continued escalation of throwing cow heads, like the holy animal of the Hindus, through
Yeah.
Hindu temple windows, like pulling people out of a bus, find out like
that
people
was
who are
Bindrawale.
yeah no they got radical
Yeah, no.
and not in a good way. Like they pulled people out of a bus, found out who was Hindu, shot them, let everybody else go.
Yeah, it's I get you in theory.
Like-
It's just every step after that I got a question.
Like
Yeah.
I am with you with the distrust of the government and wanting to like be your own people, like start your own state kind of thing. But I am gone with everything else that you've done in terms of like the extremists, the terrorist acts of like shooting people, the throwing heads through the temple windows,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My bad. My B guys.
and then like
I read that
not even
wrong.
wanting to have the conversation and just saying, "Oh, that Brahmin woman, that Pandit's daughter, like Screw that guy.
Sorry.
I feel bad for the Golden Temple more. Like
Yes.
it did
Yeah,
do nothing
it
wrong.
I feel bad for the rest of the Sikhs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
'cause
didn't do nothing
they don't.
wrong, but
they're
they
not
got
represented by the
punished.
extremists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people were being forced to join the extremists because
Yes.
of how Gandhi's government kind of treated everybody else. It's like,
I
cool,
feel like
you're either for us or against us. There's no in between.
it was like
If
a
you're
cause
trying,
and effect kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to be moderate, you're screwed because
Mm.
you have no backing from the government and you have no backing from the Bindranwale people because they were like killing people who were against the idea of Khalistan.
Yeah. Whenever you name something Land of the Pure, it is suspect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Long story short,
I'm also really sad about the burning of the books inside the Golden Temple or the Sikh Library by fire because it harkens back to the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And multiple times in history, I feel like one of the ways that people try to erase a group of people is by taking their history. And how do you do that? But by burning their literature.
I was going to say, I wonder how much of this was intentional and how much wasn't, because, did they intentionally set fire to this
Right.
area, or was it because of the mortars, the tank shells,
Right.
all the other combat that just happened? If it just happened, that sucks,
Yeah.
but, at least it wasn't intentional, but also I could very much see it being intentional given everything else that was happening.
Yeah. Intentional or unintentional, it is like a travesty that
Yeah.
the entire library got burnt down.
Yeah.
But I can see how it could have been incidental rather
Mm-hmm.
than on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes me cry for all of the stuff that we've lost because of burning of multiple libraries throughout history.
And like in that same line, according to government officials, 80 soldiers and at least hundreds of pilgrims got
At
caught in the
least.
crossfire. But according to Sikhs, the number could have been in the thousands. That is the second time in this episode alone where the number discrepancy is there of how many people died according to one source versus how many people died according to a second source. You're telling me that the police who fired into a group twice. Only killed 2 people and injured 40?
Honestly,
I feel like
those policemen either suck at their job and are like stormtrooper aim, or you're twisting the numbers a bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's interesting which newspaper or which program
Yeah.
reported on which, because Britannica has a higher number than the New York Times.
Yeah, New York Times said it was like 2 people killed, and Britannica says there was many.
I feel like I believe the many over the 2 because
My question is, with the 40 that were injured, how many survived afterwards? Because if they didn't care too much about people during the sterilization,
right,
how many people died of those gunshot wounds, like weeks, months later?
were they taken to hospitals? Were they properly cared for? Are they part of the many that died? It's an incidental.
Or 2 died on the spot, 40 might have died later on.
Yeah. It is interesting. I also
That quote.
I know that Sanjay is bad. He's horrible. He's genocidal.
Yes.
But Rajiv is not much better because his quote, "When a big tree falls, the earth shakes a little," is wild to say when either 8,000 to 16,000 Sikhs were killed, burned, or raped. That's not a shake a little. That's straight up another. It feels like a moment of genocide as well because they're going after this specific group of people and the politicians were in on it.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part.
And like they knew that politicians were in on it too. They just did nothing to reprimand them, nothing to, or like no consequences came about it. And the fact that it took 3 days after the fact, 3 days of like pillaging your own country against people that you don't even know if they're guilty of something. They're just like Sikhs living in the country. It's like, okay, now we can stop it. Because I feel like we got our rocks off for 3 days. We can stop it now. It's like, you're a douche. Like, respectfully, you're a douche.
Do we know if he stayed in power long, Rajiv?
I did not check to see how long he stayed in power.
Well, time to go Google this. This is our after the pod Googling. The Googling sessions.
Don't use ChatGPT, fans. Use Google. ChatGPT rots your brain. Google doesn't. You have to use it to search.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Just a side note from Wikipedia. Rajiv Gandhi was apparently a pilot, but his brother died in a plane crash.
Can you find a source that isn't Wikipedia? For
Oh, no,
that?
it looks like that was just like the, it just popped up on the side, like you might also want to know.
Well, I feel like Wikipedia is now actually better
Should I
than
go off
ChatGPT.
of pmindia.gov or should I go off of Britannica?
The .gov is great.
Shri Rajiv Gandhi, Prime Minister of India. At 40 years old, he was the youngest Prime Minister of India.
Oh, he was 40 at this point?
He was 40, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm looking at him like he's 16.
No. She was like 70 when she
Okay.
died.
So she lived a
A full life.
A full life of
horrors, committing horrors.
yeah.
According to Britannica, his mom died in 1984. Mm-hmm. So he served as Prime Minister of India in 1984 to 1989. So like
5 years.
years. Or 4 and some change. And then after the assassination of his mother, he got assassinated in 1991.
Yikes.
Another episode to look at.
Oh my God. Damn. That's tragic. Well, I don't know what he did, but that's wild that your mom and you got assassinated and your brother got a
Don't-
suspect plane crash.
One of those,
Him
don't know what
and
he did,
16 others were killed by a concealed bomb in a basket of flowers
Oh my God. That's
in 1991. The Indian court convicted 26 people in the conspiracy to assassinate Gandhi. From the Tamil Tigers, a militant group from Sri Lanka.
God, oh yeah, this is gonna have to be like a whole other episode. Really see if
Oh,
it would be a whole
God.
other episode because this seems like a whole.
Oh,
can of worms.
that's a whole other can of worms that we're gonna have to open up another day.
wow. That's crazy. That's Indira Gandhi, though.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for joining us on this escapade of genocide, death, confusion, political problems, and
Assassinations.
more.
assassinations. Like this is a time of all times.
Yeah.
Make sure if you haven't listened to the podcast episode about this, where we lay out all the facts, go listen to the assassination of Indira Gandhi. Came out last week. And stay tuned for even more
Whatever this is.
history.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.